Good morning to you all. Good morning. It is Tuesday, the 27th of November 2018. Now, a couple of people have asked for an explanation of the shape and style of this house. Yeah, and one of them would probably quite like it if I start the day with a reading from the Gospel of Luke, Luke 21. And sorry, George, this isn't a King James version. This is one of the more modern versions. All that you see here, the days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down. Yes, I think in life that is a certainty that, sooner or later this lot will fall down, hopefully in several hundred years' time, when I will have ceased to worry about such things. There's a funny thing, this propelling pencil that I've picked up doesn't propel. Ah, there we are, that's it. This is a stone-built house, and one of the difficulties with it is that it was never built to any plans. It was built in several stages. As I'm getting used to it, I can see in the blockwork different stages of its development. Now, if you go to Google Earth, Google Maps, and if you go to the town of Azay-le-Ferron, you will find a road, Rue de la Berlandière, and you will find that off that road is the Impasse de la Berlandière, IMPASSE. And this property is at the end of that. And what you will see is this funny shape building, a sort of square, with this sort of long shape, and when you look at it you will see that at the end is a barn, quite a big barn. As barns go, it's quite a small one, but as garages go, or man caves, it's quite big. And it really isn't square to the rest of the building. The folk memory of this place is that they are three separate buildings. That what you might think of as the house was the first bit built. Now, I actually doubt that. I think that this part is older than that part, but I don't know. I've got no evidence of that. The barn has got a ridged pitched roof. This building has got a ridged pitched roof, which is constructed so that it's a roof all the way through the lot. And as you get intimate with it, as I am doing, you will discover that the roof joists are not square to the building. That's going to make for some interesting times when I get to cutting plasterboard. Now, this part of the building, at some stage in its life, was extended, and this part, oh, which is a straight-ish line, this part is a new build. It's a stuck-on front. When that was done, I don't know, but I would suggest possibly in the 1920s or 30s, possibly. But there is a clear join in everything along this line. Now, so much for the plan. When we go to the elevation, this part is almost conventional. I say almost. It has got a door, and it has got a window, and it's got a roof. It's a pitched roof with tiles on it, and it's got a chimney. Yeah, that's, oh dear. See, this is why you shouldn't get an old man to try and draw plans. Right, the elevation. The front elevation. The door actually comes most of the way up to the ridgeline, as does this window. Pitched roof, chimney. In this corner, inside, is the fancy curved staircase, which goes up to about there, and then it's a wooden staircase that goes the rest of the way up, and this is a room in the loft, or in the roof if you like. Now, joining to the barn is this other part of the building, and that has got a floor that runs through, and it's divided into two rooms. One's quite long, one isn't so long. Now, currently it has a ceiling so that the rooms do not go up into the pitch of the roof. But underneath here, there's a couple of walls, and there's a door and two doors. There's a window. There will be a window. That's what I'm going to get into as soon as it's light enough to go and work. And this is only just about 6 foot from the floor level. Means that the space just isn't usable, not when you are 6 foot tall, because of course holding it up there are roof beams which come down below 6 foot. And then at the end here is the barn. Now, if you're confused by now, yeah, join the club. Oh, excuse me. Access to this part of the building is from the top of these stairs. So there's a door that leads in there. There's a door between those two rooms. This space is a bedroom, that space is a bedroom, so is that currently. The bathroom, the toilet shower, is actually hidden in what used to be the stone larder. It actually sticks out like that into the kitchen space. There is room in there just about for a shower, a sink and a water closet. The good news is that underneath here is a main drain, a sewer. A souterrain. I learnt that word yesterday from a sewer engineer, which connects the whole lot to the town sewerage grid. Out the back here is a huge garden. Out the front is a small garden, big enough to park your car in. Now, does that make things clearer? Probably not. One of the things that I do find quite interesting is the way that the walls are built. Pretty much what you've got on all of these walls is a good stone corner. And at each corner of the building there's a nice solid built-in limestone corner. But what connects this, for the most part, along the bottom, you've then got good stone on the front, goodish stone on the inside, but then between the two stone faces, once you get above that course, it tends to be irregular shaped stones. But between the face and the back of the wall is a rubble infill, and the mortar that keeps the stones apart is mud. So when things have come apart and fallen out, what you find inside is this mud, which if water gets into it, the mud is washed out, which can cause a few problems. In places, these walls are as much as 3 foot thick. They tend to taper to the top. So whilst the outside walls of most of the building are nice and straight, the inside walls are thicker at the bottom and thinner at the top, which is going to make for fun when we get round to fitting furniture. Yeah, that's going to expend some thought. But there we are. I don't know if that helped or if that confused me. Well, I thought, as my diagram probably made things less clear than they previously were, I thought I'd bring you out here and show you in clear and obvious detail all about the building. I think this is good weather for getting clear and obvious details, isn't it? Right, okay. This part here is what you might think of as being the house. It's got a ground floor which contains the kitchen and the bathroom. It's got an upper floor which is a bedroom. Then we've got this section which was built at a different time, and it's got what we refer to as an undercroft in the bottom and 2 rooms in the top with a dividing stud wall. Then there's the barn, which currently has just got a mezzanine in one end of it. So hopefully that makes it clearer for you. Yeah, very clear this morning, isn't it? But it's got a promise of things to come. There used to be a chateau there. Obviously it's been stolen overnight. And all around the building there's evidence of change. You know, you can see in the render that at one time that was a very different window. And yeah, the corners of the building are made in good stone. And when we come round, yeah, it's not a very big building at all. Now, part of this, if we look at where this utility pole is, that part is a much more recent addition. And when I say more recent, I'm talking about the 1930s. I'm not talking about last week. So yeah, there's these spaces underneath. Exactly what they were built for originally, who knows? Maybe animal pens, maybe, who knows? But they're no good for a chap my size, and they're too small to be much more than sort of storage pits. But the plan is they will become living space, a sort of sitting room and a dining room. That's the idea. But I'm going to spend a little bit of time making this hole bigger. Right, well, that was 5 minutes worth. I'm going to go and get a new cutting disc. Yeah, one with a bit more meat on it than the worn out one. Yeah, pleased with that.